everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. The streak is alive and well. No lost. It's one of those tragic things. We're good. It's Samson. We got even the donkey's jawbone picture or something in the background there. Basement 1, 1 HC1. 1 HC1 TJNG. We're just TJing right now, man. Me and my boys are just having a little TJ time. That's not good. It's one of those tragic things where the longer the streak goes on, the less I want a random, because the more I have to lose. I am going to be extremely disappointed if we random the lost. I mean, if we ever random the lost, I guess we're just going to have to win with it. Or at some point, I gotta say, you know what? This has come too far for me to lose it on a random. We're just gonna, we're gonna random ourselves, minus the loss, roll like a 10-sided die or something. Should really figure out how many characters are actually in Rebirth. I should know that data. And then we'll just, do, I don't know. I don't want to back out like a little baby. I should also, if possible, maybe stop taking so much dumb damage. I'm just throwing that out there as a possibility. I really shouldn't be getting hit, but that being said, as Samson, we do benefit from being hit. I also worry, though, that we could just find ourselves dead on this room, so perhaps just cool it a little bit for now. Why am I doing these exceptionally harrowing dodges? That's a very good question. Please give me some red hearts. Or a bomb, so I could blow up this tinted rock. That has a good incidence of success for me as well. Nothing. Alright, but our item room. Dead onion. Very slow tears, but very powerful tears that are also penetrative. That's amazing. Getting that consumable there is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to ensure that I don't completely choke extremely early on here. Because I would never get over it. In fact, I'm almost thinking that maybe I pick up that Eternal Heart as just a means of protecting myself. That Eternal Heart does absorb 1 hit of damage, right? So if I picked it up, I could take 1 more hit without dying. I wouldn't expect myself to die against whatever boss we're gonna fight against. I'm gonna do it. I'm not happy about it because it's a bit risky. But it gives me a little bit of peace of mind, which honestly might just make me play better against whatever boss we're fighting anyway. And it's famine on the first floor for the 3rd time in a row here. Maybe even more than the 3rd time, but definitely every time that I've been back here. It's my 3rd episode recorded today. I've been fighting famine over and over and over. Now, we're very fortunate to have gotten Dead Onion. It's an item that I was like, I don't really get Dead Onion, blah, blah, blah. But truth is, it's just a really, half-decent penetrative tears option. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get anything else here because we have no other consumables, but fortunately, we are going to have a little bit more HP for the next floor, although we are going to lose a little bit of damage when we go down because we're going to lose the bonus that we had. Oh well, it's still basement 2. Now we have an orbital to protect us a little bit from, my own stupidity, and having a small damage downgrade doesn't really matter that much when we have Dead Onion, which is really helping us out here a little bit anyway. So hopefully we get Poison Touch here. That would make getting hit even better than it already is, and it is half decent. That key is extremely important. I'm not going to take this pill yet because Bad Trip could potentially end our run. So let's just be cool about this whole thing. Our shots go over rocks as well, so it's not just piercing. They're actually spectral as well. That makes this room a lot easier. Theoretically, I can still mess it up. Good. We'll back off. Hoping maybe we got a black market there, but maybe I'm not in any position to be trading away HP anyway, so I'm not going to sweat it too much. And you know what? I'm not that worried that heart is not going to be accessible for us because I'm feeling a lot better about our situation here. I wouldn't say I got saved, really. I think I just let one room kind of get me down. Can this... It can't really tick multiple poops at the same time, can it? If it could, I would be all over this. I don't think it does, though. I know there's more poops available. I don't really care, to be honest with you. What am I going to do with this money? Buy a Spirit Heart on our shop? To be honest with you, it's by far the best thing we could do. Actually give us a very good chance of getting a deal with the devil, which could set the tone for this entire run, so maybe I should stop poo-pooing the idea. Okay, very nearly through my deal with the devil chances there. Let's keep shooting the poop, because with 1 cent, there we go. We could get our Spirit Heart. Usually, in this case, actually, we can't. So we're going to back off. Unfortunately. It's alright, though. All we need to do is not take damage against the boss, who is Monstro. And this could end up being extremely, extremely nice. Samson's a little bit like Eve. There's pros and cons to both sides. The obvious pro as Samson is that you can have a lot of HP and still keep your damage bonus. If you get hit like 5 times, I should not have walked that close to him there. That's such a big risk to take for no reason. If you get hit 5 times and then you get a full health pill, you still get that damage bonus. The downside is it's not permanent. Once you head down to the next floor, whether you've picked up HP or not, you're going to find yourself losing that damage bonus and having to re-get it. But I kind of prefer it. I think it's a little safer. I don't love Samson. You know, I think Samson and Eve are fairly close, but if I had to choose, I'd probably choose Samson. We should get a deal with the devil here, guaranteed. Experimental treatment's a little risky for me. Little Brimstone is not. It's a great item. A lot of people not super fans of Little Brimstone ever since it got nerfed and started costing... Well, it's the thing. People are a little intellectually misleading about it. They go, oh, now Little Brimstone's not as good now that it costs twice as much. It does cost twice as much, but how you phrase that really changes the way people think about it. You know, if you just said it costs 2 red hearts instead of 1, that makes it sound a lot more lenient. You know, it's actually only an increase in 1, or an increase by 1. That's my opinion about it, at least. I think it's still super good. I think most people do agree, but some people are still like, oh, Little Brimstone, ever since they did it, it sucks. Or ever since they, oh, that's so good. Plus 0.5 damage, and then also damage times 1.5. Bad trip, not loving it. I'm very glad I chose not to take that pill, though. We can at least get some comfort out of the fact that I could have screwed myself with it a lot harder if I had taken it as soon as we come down to this floor. 3 cents. Yeah. Probably just head down to the next floor. You know, we'll buy a key. We'll buy a key. My philosophy is, if it's worth buying an item for 1 heart, it's almost always worth buying it for 2 hearts as well. I'm trying to think of some that would change that. You know, there are some that would change that. Guppy's... That's not very good. Guppy's collar is probably not worth 2 hearts. Strangely enough, 9 lives might actually be worth more at 2 hearts. In a weird way, if it took you down to like permanent Polaroid invincibility. Anyway, I'm just spitballing here. We have a lot of damage now, not a lot of HP. If I was gonna take damage, I really wish that I'd, you know, waited to do it until this floor so I can get the damage bonus, but, you know, you never really plan on taking damage until you do. And I think we've got a conceivable win lined up here. It's too early to call it a guaranteed win, but we're too strong to be nervous about it. You know, we've got a lot of decent stuff working out in our favor right now that I appreciate a great deal. We also have a key so we can get to our item room right away. Work with me, baby. Oh, Curse of the Blind, I forgot. Crack the Sky. This is bad. This is a bad item. I can't remember. Has this been buffed to make it like a 4-room charge instead of 6? It was 6 in vanilla, at least. Well, what wasn't, but... I mean, a lot wasn't, but they were all represented as 6s. I'm trying to make a little bit of a cheeky joke. It didn't really come out properly. Can't open that. Alright. I mean, Crack the Sky is bad, but we'll use it whenever we find ourselves in trouble. It's one of those items that, in a weird way, it's actually not that bad to use it before a boss, because you're not going to, you know, there's a fairly decent chance you just don't even hit a boss with it if you use it, so you might as well use it whenever you find yourself in times of trouble. You know, Mother Mary comforts me, saying words of wisdom, crack the sky. Crack the sky, crack the sky. Sounds like crack this guy. Crack this guy, crack this guy. Speaking words of wisdom, crack the sky. Bombs are key. I love it. Alright, but first we got Gertie J to worry about. Now, our range is god-awful. That's why I love Crack the Sky. We did about 2% of Gertie Jr.'s total HP there. It's very exciting. That's some damage, but we should be able to get through this without taking red heart damage, which means we could have a deal with the devil chance. Picked up Super Bandage. Great item. Oh, so what it is it's 1 HP and then 2 Spirit Hearts in Rebirth, which it might have been in Vanilla as well, but I've forgotten because it's been, 200 episodes since we got it. That's excellent for us. It really helps us out for the next floor. 6 keys is lovely. We just picked up Guppy's head, which I think is much, much better, and also gives us a Guppy item for hopefully a pretty good chance to become Guppy on what I am assuming is going to be a very good crack at a deal with the devil on the next floor. So, Mom's Pearl is fine. Store credit is really nice when we don't have very much money. I was hoping we maybe get a bomb here. I will go to our curse room because there's a realistic chance of us getting a guppy item. And even if there wasn't, if there's an unrealistic chance, we still want to probably take a crack at it. Crack this guy. Crack this guy. It's going to get stuck in your head. My terrible version of it is going to get stuck in your head, too. That's what I take the most pleasure in. Oh, speaking words of wisdom, crack the sky. More of a Michael McDonald type thing going on there. Alright, we traded a bomb and a key for a bomb. I would say that goes down as not a very good trade. Definitely enough keys left to get to our shop. This floor has improved us pretty substantially, and we are in that fortunate position of having a plausibly winning Samson run without having to hurt ourselves in every single floor. Look, we're only going to get to buy one item with store credit. We should probably buy whatever the item is. Mom's coin purse gives us a bunch of pills. Hematemesis, not very good. As Eve, great. Paralysis, that was a paralysis. Full health. Alright, so this... We got 2 spirit hearts for 0 cents. That's a pretty good deal. I don't feel the need to really buy anything else in there. But not my favorite use of store credit ever. We'll go back for Mom's Pearl. And I'd say we're right on time for the consideration of Boss Rush. Now, we maybe learned a little bit of a lesson on our last run. We know that Boss Rush, unless it gives you a truly incredible synergy, is maybe something that we could avoid more often than go to. But we still won that last run. We did have Holy Mantle, mind you. And I think our damage is acceptable. Our HP is good enough. Our potential upside on this run is really nice. I don't like getting Curse of the Blind again, though. But, you know, you can take solace in some things with Curse of the Blind. People get nervous, you know. Curse of the Blind. Oh, I don't want Curse of the Blind, because what am I going to take on my deals with the devil? If you get a too hard deal on a deal with the devil, you take it. The worst case scenario is that you get Satanic Bible, basically. Satanic Bible is great. As much as I love Guppy's head, and I do love Guppy's head, I would get rid of Guppy's head for Satanic Bible in a heartbeat. It has way too much upside. Not really loving that right there, as you might be able to guess. Well, at least we'll get a small damage bonus. It's all you can justify a little bit of damage as Samson. It's not going to compromise our deal with the devil chances very much, and we got a pretty good chance at, you know, doing a little bit better now that we have some extra damage. Kind of hoping that was a library. 7 cents? We gotta go for the 7-cent item. The boomerang. That's real bad. I mean, it's not if you have something else, but or if you don't have anything else, but we have something else. So, the boomerang is not something we're gonna be very interested in at all. And bombs are key. I guess we'll hold on to it. Dark one. Not bad. Adversary is a top tier Adversary is a top-tier boss in terms of difficulty for its point in the game. Dark one is not, really. Or maybe our damage is just good enough that I don't even really notice. Magic Scab. HP, I'll take it. Luck is fine. And no too hard deals. If we get anything here, we're going to take it. Even if that's the worst-case scenario now is 9 lives, which is good. Bad Trip. Pheromones. Paralysis. Bad Trip or bombs are key? I think we're going to roll... Catacombs 2. I think we're going to roll Bad Trip for now, for the rest of the floor. Just in case we get a blood bank. Because there's some cool stuff that we can pull off there. You know, go to the blood bank. Lose a lot of HP. Go to your shop and buy whatever you want to buy now. I should not be having so much trouble with the matrix of dodging these shots. But I am. Well, let's get some extra damage, I guess, right away. If you find the curse room and you're going to go to it, you might as well go right away to get that damage bonus for the rest of the floor. But then we can go to our boss trap room and we can get whatever value we'd get out of that. And we'll probably end up leaving with bombs or key anyway, just to allow us a little bit of a better chance to open up golden chests. So if we can use Bad Trip now, we might as well take advantage of our opportunity to do so. That's my hypothesis. There's a very realistic chance that none of that comes true. But either way, I'm pretty pleased with this run. The luck up is going to help. Yeah, so this is another reason that you'd want bombs or key. We haven't been to our item room yet. Let's take a look. Okay. Bracano rune we can just pop right away. Might as well pick up the Spirit Heart before we do anything dangerous. Health up, that's lovely. This is a great room, well worth the 2 keys. More than enough money to buy whatever we want. The Emperor card is probably better than bombs or key, but it is a little situational. There's a Tinted Rock here. So bomb and a key for it is a great deal. Bombs or keys striking me as a little bit less valuable now. Fire Mine. Fire Mine is a great item as long as you know that you have it. I'm looking at you, $3 bill. Okay, yeah, especially with penetrative tears, it seems awesome. We found our second secret room by accident. Got a black heart on it. This is lovely. Now, as much as I do love it, I would love to also maybe not have a Curse of the Blind next floor. Feel a little bit safer in that. No reason to use Bad Trip. Do I really want to buy an item from the shop that we don't know what it is when... I can't do anything about that. Do I really want to do that when I could just save my money and probably buy something from the shop on the next floor? It's a good question, I think. Good. Bomb for a bomb, and we got the secret room in the process. We got another health upgrade, a Balls of Steel pill, and a Bad Trip pill. That is amazing. Now, we are going to be probably, not 100%, but probably a little bit too slow to get our boss rush room now, which is something that, with the amount of damage we're doing right now, is unlikely to matter. You know what? I'm going to stick with Bad Trip, just as a just-in-case kind of item here. Bombs or key is fine, but Bad Trip, when we have as much red health as we have now, seems a little bit more useful. I'm glad I finally came to my senses. Let's check out our curse room right away. Might as well get that damage bonus while we're looking for guppy items, which is looking like an increasingly unlikely turn of events, but hey, gotta give it a shot. Very happy with this run right now. Red chest. That's a golden chest. Considering our key situation right now, I'd like to save until we get one more key. Fire Mine, really, really good. Of course, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but the positives outweigh the negatives if you're aware of the negatives. No Tinted Rock. Should be blowing up skulls, but we're not really rolling in bombs right now. Again, that golden chest is something... We might as well open that golden chest instead of fighting in the mob trap room. But it does cost us an extra bomb. It's probably worth it, though. For now, though, mostly just concerning myself with the item room. The shop could conceivably fight greed. That would also be fine. And the keys are coming in now. Also concerning myself with the possibility of boss rush. In my opinion, it's well worth skipping maybe like 2 shops to get the boss rush. An item room in a shop. We'll see what ends up being conceivable. With Mom's Pearl, sure. Tell you what, we'll get that. Mom's Purse plus Mom's Pearl. It's a good combination. That's what Informed Gamer said. On that room, I always forget that there's actually like a space in the corner that you can't get to. We might not get a second trinket, but if we do get a second trinket, I'm going to be very happy about it. Almost independent of what it actually is. And this would be a great floor to get a deal with the devil. Be a great floor to get Judas's tongue and a deal with the devil. Be a great floor to get Judas's tongue, Mom's knife, and, you know, an all-stats upgrade from... It's always a great floor for some of this stuff. But you gotta cut me some slack here. We're providing a lot of commentary and not a lot of... Or in a lot of time. I gotta find some things to talk about. I would love, actually, to get a second-level Bandage Girl here. And I wouldn't mind... Wouldn't necessarily drop the L word here. But I wouldn't necessarily mind... getting a cube of meat, getting a second orbital, not a second level orbital. Easy to become confused there. We got our second level Bandage Girl, though. That's fine. We'll get some charm tears going on. Rotten Baby, good. Whore of Babylon, great if you can get good use of it. I doubt we're going to get good use of it, but Rotten Baby is awesome. So I'm going to make a lot of people very angry, and I'm going to skip the item room on this floor in the hopes of getting to boss rush on the next floor. And we have about 3 minutes, 45 seconds to do it. You might not be wrong. We might have been able to do both. And you might be saying, why wouldn't you go to the item room? Like, the item room can have a good item and you don't need to fight enemies in it. It's a risk, okay? You're right. There are some negatives to the decision that I've made. However, the reason I find boss rush more valuable, even though you have to pay a cost, oftentimes a large health cost, sometimes it'll even kill you. But the reason I think it's more valuable is because you, we'll tackle that room later, you have a choice. And choice in Isaac matters because you only need, like, there's a variety of items in the game that can nearly win it for you by themselves. And those are the items that we're looking for on those boss rush rooms. You know, you can get the knife. If we skipped over Holy Mantle to get the knife, I would be totally fine with that. How to jump is not a good item. That's okay, though. Speed's not great, but we can, you know, trick you, and then trick you. This room, I see people complaining about it as if it's guaranteed damage. It's really not. It's annoying. You can't just walk through it, but it's not guaranteed damage. You can also blow up the skull in the center. See, I've seen people be like, you can blow up the skull in the center, and then people go, yeah, but then if you don't have a bomb, it's guaranteed damage. No, it's not. Yeah, but what if you have low speed? Then it could be guaranteed damage. Okay, that, you know, you're true with that, but at what point do we neuter Isaac, or Rebirth specifically, so that, you know, there's no rooms that are very likely to give you damage if your stats suck, you know? At that point, you know, that room comes up like once every 2 runs. I would rather just kind of maintain some of the integrity of the game. I think I walked on some creep. I've got a problem with creep in this game. I always forget that enemies spawn it. Might be lowering our deal with the devil chances substantially here. Not in love with that idea. But we got Rotten Baby, we got a little Brimstone, we got 2nd level Bandage Girl, we got a chance to maybe buy a Spirit Heart here, which is good. The jar sucks, so I don't feel bad about it at all. And we should be well on our way to our boss fight. With more than a minute to spare, probably, which is beyond adequate. Beyond adequate would probably be like the title of my biography if I ever do anything with my life. not because, you know, you need to do something adequate or do something with your life to have an autobiography, but because, you know, if I called it beyond adequate right now, I think people might take issue with it. Yes, a little bit of poetic license, you know? Oh, what hit me? Fire mine explosions, of course. I do have to watch out for that. You know, our range is not fantastic because of Dead Onion, so can find myself in a bit of a tricky spot. So I'm going to take the Polaroid. I know I said I would alternate. I'm not going to alternate. I'm going to take whatever one is the best. We have to go Polyphemus. I think that's kind of like a no-brainer. Our damage is going to be through the roof. We put ourselves in a bit of a risky position because we don't have very much HP. There was Book of Revelations in there too, which is pretty solid, but I felt I had to go through with this one, and we have bad trip, and now I'm extremely glad I took that bad trip pill with me. And if possible, I'm going to avoid taking that Spirit Heart until I absolutely have to. I think we should be fine. Like, it's a little bit more harrowing than our last boss rush, but at the same time, I think we're gonna get a better benefit out of it. We just picked up another Spirit Heart. I'm gonna assume that some of that is Mom's Pearl in action, and I'm loving that. Those hearts, oh, little hearts, which means that Carrion Queen actually didn't spawn any poop, which is excellent. All right, this is going substantially faster. There goes my safe haven, but that's okay. The only thing that could really bung me up right now, and I know people go, oh, you got carried, you got carried. The only thing that could really bung me up right now is if I totally blow it by not using bad trip properly if we find ourselves in a position where I have to use bad trip. That would suck. That would be really bad. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think, honestly, you know, I think a positive attitude goes a long way in Isaac sometimes, and I think, you know, positive attitude plus Polyphemus really helps us out here. Especially, you know, with Fire Mine. I would still love to get a range improvement. Because we're kind of shitting the bed with respect to that. That's not very good. There's a red heart up there for me. I'll go up and... There's a couple, actually. Hope we can get those. We killed Gish already, I think. Sort of by accident. Oh, our flies are going to be doing so well now. I'm very happy with the situation as it's presented itself. There we go. A little Brimstone was enough to tackle the beast there. Husk should be dead. That's a rock. I probably should have noticed that. Visibility's a little low, though, you know? I don't think we're going to lose... our luck is so high that I don't think we're going to lose HP, or we're not going to lose much HP anyway. You know, bloat's very, very easy because we have essentially spectral and penetrative tears. Mask of Infamy should suffer the same fate. Oh no, I got hit once. Now we should be on Horseman, and the Horseman should be very easy as well. And by killing Blue Famine last, we probably guarantee ourselves one more Spirit Heart. And there's a lot of Spirit Hearts here. Mom's Pearl on Boss Rush is actually going to save the day for us. Okay, let's not get too cocky. This is not a guaranteed win. Where are you at? There we go. It's not a guaranteed win, but it would be a very difficult loss. Like, the amount of damage you're doing, all I'm really worried about is rooms that are very, like, well, Mask of Infamy, or not Mask of Infamy, Anarchist Cookbook is not something we want. But I'm worried about rooms where, like, we're not going to have enough range to very easily get into enemies' ways, basically. To get into their, to get them into our range. But that Polyphemus pickup is huge. And if you're going to be mad at me for getting Polyphemus, well, you know, sucks to your ass, Mar. I sacrificed that item room to get in there for that exact purpose. Don't be mad that my gambit worked out effectively. You know, that's the name of the game here. We still have Bad Trip. With that full health pill, we have no risks of dying anytime soon. Now the pipe dream here, that was not very smart. Pipe dream here is becoming Guppy. We don't need to become Guppy to win by any stretch of the imagination. A range upgrade also would not hurt. Even though we don't need to become Guppy to win, it would be quite nice. I will take that bomb, you never know. I have been taking a lot of damage from my own shots exploding in my face. I don't like that. You know, that's a caveat of the industry, I suppose. That was a thinly veiled pornography joke there, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. We're going to move along here. Like, our range still sucks. Give me some range upgrade pills. That's all I ask. We get him? There's like one left. How did you get so... Okay. How did you get so far out of sync that you didn't end up getting pegged by those? That was not a thinly veiled pornography joke that time. Now, we'll just stay far away. The flies that we generate are... Honestly, if we wanted to stay as far away as possible, we would probably generate enough flies to kill all enemies and bosses pretty freaking quickly. It's probably in our best interest to keep our flies alive, though. We can get a 3rd level Bandage Girl. That would be awesome. And a 2nd level Bandage Girl and a 1st level Meat Boy wouldn't be the end of the world either. No deal with the devil here makes me a little sad. But hey, 3rd level Bandage Girl again. I don't know. It must be my lucky day with the RNG or something like that. This is simply a damage play, and of course I wish it was Meat Boy, but how am I going to complain? In 3 videos, we've gotten 2 3rd level familiars here. That's never happened to me before in Rebirth. So, we will get a little bold here. I think we'll get enough red hearts that this doesn't concern me too much. Of course, we could also use Bad Trip if we get hit twice. Red chests? Not red chests. But I'd really rather not. I kind of just like the idea of getting the damage bonus and then kind of carrying on our merry way, you know? Tinted rocks here are pretty important, but I didn't see any after a more than cursory glance. If we get more red hearts, we will probably just enjoy them. You know, pick them up. Rather than risking playing the blood bank more. We don't need to get to the damage cap to do a lot of damage, that's the thing. Yes, I know we have 2 Bad Trip pills. We could be a little bit more creative with it now. I'm not worried about creativity at this point. I'm worried mostly about safety. If I was really worried about safety, I probably wouldn't have, you know, given away like half of my HP to get a little bit of extra damage, but like, temporarily, especially. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, okay. Hematemesis was a huge get for us there. Basically a full health pill that allows me to keep my Bad Trip pill. Callus. Well, we can take 2 trinkets, so we might as well. Could be useful, actually. I can't remember. Whoa! Okay, that was really good. Now we are going up. Oh my god, I almost said down. We have the Polaroid. Is this correct? That, I mean, it looks like a picture to me. Our HP is so low that I don't want to call this a win, but our damage is so high that it feels disingenuous to not call it a win. I should probably avoid standing so close. It's like that Police song, Every Breath You Take. Get away from that guy, he's a freaking creepazoid. Don't get so close to him. Now, I'm not loving the damage that I took there, but we did pick up a Spirit Heart. May choose to just leave that Spirit Heart there for safekeeping for now. Oh, that is just not good damage. But the damage that we're taking does help us do more damage in the future. I'm not overly concerned about the fact that it's been what appears to be a terrible floor for me damage-wise thus far. I would rather not find myself in this position, but I have realistic expectations, and, you know, taking damage is part of the name of the game. It's also going to make us a lot more potent for the rest of the floor. All we have to do is, if we get hit one more time, we use Bad Trip. Then we go pick up the Spirit Heart, probably. And we've already cleared out a fairly decent chunk of this floor. Come on. That's great. The fact that that's there is fantastic. If it can't be a guppy item, I'm glad it was what it was. And this is all about, like this is a great position, but we do have to make very few mistakes. But we're very fortunate to be in a position where making mistakes won't kill us. And to be honest with you, we're very fortunate to be in a position where we can probably afford to make a couple of mistakes and still survive, yeah. Come on, flies. Yeah, that's why you're here. And we're making a lot of progress. Now I really do want to go to that curse room. It's not the greatest play until we get some extra HP. There we go. I think what I need to learn is, like, just don't worry about using your... I think I'm going to go to this. I regret this decision. Don't worry about using your tears that much. Like, one tear has a lot of potency. Not just in its individual damage, which is very high. You know, we may want Samson's Lock here. I don't know, I'm happy with the fact that I can't just walk over spikes, though. But one tear also, you know, helps us generate one rotten baby fly. It's probably not the best idea to take that yet. The rotten baby fly can take out an enemy easily. And every time I do get hit, it does make our Guppy's head flies better as well. We got a whole complicated but fantastic fly situation going. Now, I should, if possible, be using little brimstone a little bit more. I've kind of fallen off the wagon there. That's alright, though. I still don't see any tinted rocks. I may be mistaken in that. Good. A much more kind of patient tone here is helping me out a great deal, I think. Yeah, that's good. Just relax a little bit. Just relax. We could try to fight the boss like this. Honestly, I think I will. Our flies have helped us out a staggering degree against Mom. Looks like we're going to have something similar happen here. I figured, you know, why risk our Spirit Hearts if we can risk our Red Hearts instead? The only thing is, are we risking our life unduly in the process, or to an undue degree in the process? I think the answer is probably no. You know, we did fine there. Yeah, we should have not many problems, but I do worry just a little bit, and I think it's justifiable to worry just a little bit. There is a tinted rock there. I totally missed it. Small rock. Ah, the Spirit Hearts are probably more valuable. So what was it? Samson's Lock, and the other one was Lucky Rock. I don't really care about Lucky Rock at this point. Samson's Rock is, Samson's Lock. Sorry, did I say Samson's Rock every time? It's potentially very useful, but again, I like the inability to get damaged by creep. As you can see, I take damage against creep a lot because I'm bad. But I think this is going to go down as another win, and I couldn't be more excited to, you know, spend a couple hours recording 3 Isaac runs and come out with 3 more wins right after coming back from a semi-long hiatus and now finding myself in a position where I can keep the streak going. At least I didn't blow it right away. If I lose, I want it to be on either a super difficult run or a lost run. Not that those are mutually exclusive by any means. Alright. Luckfoot. Cricket's body is amazing. Quad shot is probably amazing, and anemic is not, but I'm relatively pleased with what we got going on here. More luck means potentially more chests. Now, does our range go down? I don't think our range goes down, but I would like it to go up. With quad shot is what I mean. Okay, so there's a chest, and we get Blood of the Martyr. That's awesome. More damage. We should have a very, very low chance of losing now. It seems almost inconceivable. Should really watch out for the explosions, though, because Fire Mine is going to be a pain in the ass here. That is amazing. This is not trademark Northern Lion luck, okay? If you're going to call it trademark Northern Lion luck, at least recognize that I was probably not going to die in the first place if I didn't get that item, right? It's not like I just got saved. It helps, but I didn't get saved there. Not to get defensive, I appreciate that the game's giving me some fairly solid RNG right now. Yeah, this is, should be a win. Don't need Judas's tongue yet. Well, no, sorry, I should say we don't need Judas's tongue now. Could have used it at some point in this run, perhaps. Balls of Steel, I'm glad I went back and picked that up. I was almost going to be like, oh, what could it possibly be that's useful? Turns out it is pretty freaking good, actually. Yeah, okay. One-shotting these bosses feels really nice. I do wish we could keep ourselves a little bit more out of harm's way in the process, but, you know, that's life. It happens. I'm not using Little Brimstone at all now, because the most important thing is that I just plan my shots, and if I'm constantly charging Little Brimstone, I can't really plan my shots. A speed and range upgrade. This is actually pretty useful for me. There we go. The explosions are out of control, man, but it shouldn't matter. Well, we have Callus. We can walk on the creep. Butterbean. This is a terrible item. I'm tempted to try to win with it just because we can fairly easily, but Guppy's head is too good for us, and I don't want to risk the streak over something stupid. Same to you, Blood Rights. I have no interest in losing our run because of picking up Blood Rights. That was not a very good dodge. Probably should have just walked away. Again, Luckfoot. Very happy we got it. It's helping us out a lot here. I am going to give more respect to Luckfoot. And BBF, you know, or sorry, yeah, it's BBF. BBF is fine. It's not great. Some people think it's terrible. I think those people are not terrible people, but I think their, you know, value proposition for BBF is all wrong. Do your best to stay away from it. Yeah, it can spawn occasionally and hurt you if you're standing right next to where it spawns and where the enemy is. But if you're doing so little damage that you can't kill a room by the time BFF goes off and then respawns, you need BBF because your damage is shit, mate. Alright, this is the end of this run. We didn't become Guppy. That ended up not mattering in the least. We are out of control damage-wise. That was a really fun run. I like that run, Samson. Let's not random the loss next time. That takes us up to 16 wins. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.